Tabitha's Glass Emporium. Today we're in an still Easter mood, a bit hopping mad I think here. And today I'm going to show you how we made this. So for this project I would normally probably do a circle, but I know cutting circles is kind of intimidating to some people, so I just wanted to kind of cut an organic shape that didn't really matter so much. So I'm kind of just following along the lines of the edge of this. I mean, I've drawn a line, but I'm not really that bothered about following it or not. And I'm just going to just going to try and break it, but I've made that angle too hard. So, and it doesn't matter if it's a little bit rough around the edges. I'll take that bit off like that. I can follow that. Oh. And because I'm not being so fussy about having a straight edge, it's not kind of mattering so much if I've got a little bit of kind of wonkiness, because that's kind of all going with the organic feeling of the piece. So I'm just going to bring that in, and what I don't want it to do is run the whole edge of the piece. And if I want to bring it in a bit further, I could, let's say I want to bring this piece in a bit more, I could do that and then use my grosing pliers just to take that piece off. Ooh. Don't want to do it so much like that. And then I'm going to just go around and get the whole piece organically out. So you can just follow along the lines like this. Now that bit's not going to run, so I'm just going to make sure I take a little bit of edge out like that. And that comes off. But let's say, I want to, come in a bit more to give it a bit more of a wobble. I can just do a piece like that, and then using the grosing pliers just get in and pull it out like that. So then you have a bit more of a wobbly edge, but you don't even need to do that. It's just a sort of organic feel. So I just want to kind of mark where I feel the middle is, and that would be where I'm going to put it on I'm going to drape this over a metal IKEA bowl. So that's the middle, and now I want to work out with a sort of Easter feeling bowl going round. So I'm going to use some of our transparent floral stringers on this. The great thing is, because they're transparent, they'll have the translucency that I really want in this piece. So I'm going to put those to be kind of stems around for flowers. mould like so, and we'll put it on a drape. We're going to do slow firing because it's going to be quite close to the elements, so we want to heat it up slow, and then we'll give it a nice big anneal. So here it is out of the kiln and draped. I always find draping a little bit tricky. You never really know exactly what's going to happen, and I find that aspect of it just, you know, a little bit difficult. But I love it. I think it's so happy. I want to call it Easter egg hunt because there's lots of little Easter eggs hidden, and I want children to look around and find all the Easter eggs and count how many Easter eggs are in the whole project. You know, that's super, super fun and happy glass. I like it also because from the outside you can kind of see the flowers through because we've used Hector, and the organic shape is fun too, which just, you know, it really kind of makes it super cool and great. Love this piece, such happy glass. Now I know, guys, I've used so much murrine on this, and for many of you out there, it's, you know, would make this bowl super, super expensive to use this much murrine. You don't have to. You could use some murrine centres, and you could cut out petals of your own. You could use frit, all sorts of ideas that you could do just to kind of make a bowl like this. I'm lucky, I can, you know, go to our store and I can pick all the murrine I want, and I can make it. But I do know that it makes it harder for, you know, less cost effective for you guys out there. But I just think it's so bright and colourful, and I love this idea of using leaves as petals. I just, you know, for me that works really well. I particularly like these yellow and blue ones. I just think they're so bright and happy. But then mixing it with our kind of roses and other XL murrine like this pink blossom, I just think really works. And I love all of our we've got our chickens here and our chicks, and we've got our snail and our chick and our little bunnies and our bigger bunny here. It's so fun, and there's bumblebees on it and all sorts. So make sure you go to tabithasglassemporium.com to check out all of these murrine, which you can buy there. We ship all over the world, and it's definitely worth checking it out to use in your fusing, mosaic, or even glass blowing. So, you know, I just think, oh, what lush glass that is. So please go check out the website now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please make sure you subscribe. Also go to our shop. We will be selling this in the shop online. So if you want to buy this and own it yourself, you can go there and buy it now. And we always sell our art quite reasonably priced because we've made it to educate and inspire you guys rather than actually to make some money. So it's always a great thing to do, to go see our finished goods on our shop, and you could buy this piece. Or if you want one similar and we sold it, we can always make you another. I really hope you've enjoyed this one, and until next time, happy fusing.